Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. Welcome to another Meet Your Maker video. This is day 2 of my time in the sanctuary. And in my previous video, my first hour impressions, I did not get a chance to acquire a burial site. So I thought I would make a video showing just that. So I need to get some XP and I guess some resources. So we need to raid, and I'm going to choose this Red Hook outpost here at the top of the list. This was made by a person on the PlayStation Network. I have not tried to acquire any intel or anything like that, so I'm just going to go through here, and incredibly I make it through on the first try, but I am going to play this very, very slowly. So if you don't want to watch that, you can skip ahead to the 10-minute mark, and that's where I'm going to make my escape. And whoa, almost died right there. So I do get lucky a few times, but I am going to play this very methodically. So even though this was very fun and intense for me, I don't know really how how fun it'll be for you to watch, but feel free to watch it if you would like. But if not, go ahead and skip to 10 minutes now. Okay, so we're basically out of here now, even though you can see that I'm not entirely convinced that I'm safe at this point. I was starting to think that maybe I was a bit paranoid about traps being on the outside of this doorway here, but you're going to see another outpost a little bit later in this video where you will see that that very thing can happen. But here I'm going to go ahead and review this level. You can actually give it a 2-word review, so I'm going to call this ingenious and fun. I thought it was very much those things. I had a lot of fun going through that. I was amazed that I made it on my first try. But we're getting some XP here, and we got some resources. We are leveling up, so we get some synthite. And now we can go back to the sanctuary. And look at that. 1 extra outpost was all it took. Now we can claim a burial site. If you watched my previous video, you saw how I messed that whole process up. So I had to earn a little bit more currency, but we are now going to purchase Kingstown. And this is a burial site. And we are basically going to construct a machine that will drain this burial site of human DNA, uncorrupted human DNA. That's the goal here. So this tutorial is going to show us how to place traps and how to place guards, and the whole thing is pretty easy. You can see the controls in the upper left-hand corner. And we're not going to have many options here, but it's going to walk us through placing this trap. You bring up the build menu by pressing the touchpad, and we only have 1 type of trap to select, and it's going to show us exactly where to put it, and then you press R2 to place the object. So we placed the trap, and now we're going to attach a mod to that trap. So we only have 1 choice, the double down mod, which will allow the trap to be triggered twice. And now they want us to test our layout so far. First we need to activate it. You bring up the activation menu with that little button. I always think of it as the options button. It's not the options button anymore, I guess, but it's that button next to the triangle button. So we need to select the outpost status to active, and now we can raid and test it out. So you can see the trap in front of us there, and it is detecting us. And I forgot all about it already, and it detected us again. And then we grabbed the genetic material, so now we can escape. If only all of the outposts were this simple, because, you know, this is nice and relaxing here. The other ones are just so damn tense. But now we can escape, and then it's going to take us to another outpost to show us how to place guards, and it's very similar. You bring up the build menu with the touchpad and make your selection and place it with R2. That broken yellow line is the harvester path, and we will get a tutorial about that in a little while. I got a little bit lost about where they wanted me to place this thing, but then I saw the giant yellow exclamation point, and I thought, how the hell did I miss that? And then I ran over here and pressed R2 to place the guard. And so now we can create a patrol path, and it says to hold square to record the path. So we look at the guard and then we hold square to go into this mode. And now we can move the guard to create his patrol path. And then we can use triangle to auto-complete the patrol, which will make them automatically return to their starting point. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. I may have messed it up, as you will see, but first they want us to attach an augment to the guard. So we are attaching an optical implant, and now we can test our outpost again. And yeah, you can see the robot moving right there, the harvester. There's the enemy. He's not really walking, so he's not moving along that path. So I'm not sure if I messed something up there or what happened, but whatever. I'm just going to proceed with this kill here. And now we can grab the genetic material and escape. And notice that there are multiple escape points. I did not realize that. But we can go to any of these escape points. So now we're going to another tutorial. It's going to talk about the path of the harvester. And when you're building your outpost, you will always see this broken yellow line. That's the harvester path going back and forth from the beginning of the complex to the genetic material. If we block that path by placing an obstruction, the harvester will automatically adjust its path, and you can see the broken yellow line has taken a different path. The harvester will automatically try to go to the shortest path available. So now they want us to break the path by deleting this block. So now the broken line has turned red and the harvester has no path. So this map would not be valid unless the harvester has an unbroken path back and forth between the genetic material. So here it's just talking about terrain and how each burial site has a capacity, and so it can only hold a certain amount of guards and traps and I guess just physical blocks. But each outpost has to have a minimum number of defenses, so they want us to place guards and traps along the path here. You can see the capacity of the site in the upper right hand corner, and it gives you a little check mark if the harvester path is valid, and it will also tell you when you have reached your minimum defenses. It gives us a visual indicator here on where they want us to put these things, so we don't have a whole lot of creative control here. But I guess this is technically going to be our first outpost. I don't know if anybody will ever actually raid this. I suspect not, because I haven't seen any very simple outpost like this to raid. But this is our first outpost, and once it is activated, it will automatically generate genetic material for us, even when we're not logged into the game. Each burial site will have its capacity, and like I said, even when you're not logged into the game, you are generating genetic material, and once the capacity is depleted, then the site will become inactive again, and hopefully at that point you have enough currency to buy yourself another burial site and continue the process. This is just explaining what I just told you. There's no downside to activating the outpost. Your genetic material supply will not be affected by other people stealing it. They're just gaining gen mat, but you are not losing it. But if your site does manage to kill raiders, then it will generate these skull markers. And you will get some resources that you can pick up, and use for your own evil purposes. And these skull markers actually mark the locations of other players who have been killed in your outpost. So I think we have reached the end of the tutorials. You never know, some other tutorials might pop up, but we get a welcome to the wasteland message here. It's a harsh, unforgiving environment in which the very future of humanity hinges on you. Choose to run as a lone wolf or bring a friend. As a builder, you are the creator. Try devious designs and reap rewards as you outwit trespassers. As a raider, embrace death and face the challenges laid before you. So that's pretty much the game. I like this a lot, actually, but no game is for everyone. So definitely take advantage of the fact that this is included with PS Plus this month. Notice if we walk up to the raid map, we have 5 different outposts here. So those choices do change over time. I have been leveling up this particular advisor, so now his boosts will last for 9 minutes. So that's nice. All the other ones are still at 3 minutes. So we have our sanctuary here. I assume that's another one over there on the horizon. You may have noticed these flying things outside of each outpost. I guess they're conveying genetic material back and forth. But I like this. I like this a lot, actually. I think you can see how it could become repetitive after a while, but I think in short doses, I think I would enjoy playing this game over time and building my outpost and at least trying to come up with an outpost that will kill some other players so I can watch the replays. But we're going to check out another outpost here. This is another outpost made by somebody on the PlayStation Network. This time I am not going to make it through here on the first try, so you will see me die several times. If you don't want to watch all this, skip to 32:57. But I hope you enjoy watching this. This was a lot of fun, I thought. You just know that the person who created this outpost has all kinds of entertaining death replays to watch. You know, so many people have died in this thing. And that's my ambition. I want replays of my outpost killing people. So I thought this was ingenious and fun. And here we are getting our well-deserved rewards. And then we can head back to the sanctuary. But yeah, I really like this. I can see how it would become repetitive if you tried to sit and play this all day. But in short doses, I think this is really cool. I will make another video when I actually build an outpost. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.
If we put down our weapons, our enemies would suck the genmat from our screaming bodies and take it for themselves. There are chimeras who believe the one who becomes the Zenith will control the world. They have forced us to war. You have always been good to me, Custodian.